Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Sean. I was sitting on the trash earlier, and the day last week I needed a chair. He hit me up asking if there's anything I needed. This is how I have this right now. So shout out to you, Sean. You came through, dead ass. But other than that, hello. Can you guys hear me? Well, apparently I'm echoing. If I remove this like I did last time, you're not going to be able to hear me, and I have to make another channel. But okay, you can hear me better. If you can hear me though, let's do it. Okay. First of all, very glad to be back. I'm reintroducing myself. Okay. Y'all have been exceptionally patient with me, especially with my moving, with restructuring, and y'all have been exceptionally supportive of our new venture, Mystical Illuminations. We started this 2017, 2018, and it's back. Okay. If anyone has contact with Nikki Chula was a part of the first team. Okay. Chula Chakras. You let her know that the team is reaching out to her because she needs to be a part of this team. I haven't been able to connect with her, but if you're watching this, Nikki, come on now. Gemini Brown and you and I can continue our hip hop show too. So looking forward to that. But other than that, such great news, such great content in store, and y'all are really gonna enjoy what as a team we have to put out. Personally, thank you, Belle. Personally, Harmony. I did not reach out to Harmony. I'm gonna reach out to Harmony too. I didn't think that she did consultations or anything, but I'm gonna reach out to her for sure. We're gonna do another video together, all that. Other than that, though, before I go into the new moon video, clearly your boy needs some chapstick. So before we really look into all that, I just kind of want to address the status quo right now. We're moving forward with a team that's super awesome. Trust me on that. But as far as the content on my channel, it's all coming back, my friend. Season 2 of World War Zero. I know I've said this over and over, but season 2 of World War Zero in the works. I'm redoing the planet in the signs videos. I still have 24 Mercury videos, Mercury through the signs, Mercury through the houses. I'm going to go and do the rest of the planets. I'm going to have a whole new string of astrological profile episodes. Basically, the next couple of months, I'm going to be putting in production for that. I wanted to do it before, but now I'm having more time to do that. We literally got the guild now. It's insane. We did before, but it's forming, right? So I'm definitely, I've sorted out all the distractions before that got in the way of serving y'all, and we're going to do that. I wanted to make the Aries season free for the membership. So Taurus season is going to start on the 20th. Thank you guys who are members for being so patient, because I really want to give you a full month of content, and I really do appreciate you. So we're going to kick off Taurus season free for everybody. The membership will resume Gemini season. So now is a perfect time to buy in the membership. Everything that's going to come off the Taurus. I wanted Aries season to be free, but I was so busy with moving and getting everything together. We're going to do Taurus season proper. Okay. The planets, all right, for God Squad, and for the Yin Yang crew, the planet synopsises, the monthly astrology horoscope, the written horoscopes, okay, the daily tarot, all of that's going to be free for everybody Taurus season, because I want to do a full month of this uninterrupted. Then Gemini season, it will go back to being exclusive. So you know what that means? We're going to go live every day. I'm bringing back 3 days a week. We going live on this channel 3 days a week. I'm going to find time to incorporate my Instagram live. I'm want to even find time to incorporate free Q&As where you don't even have to do super chat, just answer questions. For those of you who are part of the membership, that's a free right for whenever we do any of the lives, membership lives, that's free Q&A. So other than that, we just have so much amazing personalities that you're going to see on the other Mystical Illuminations channel, really putting out that quality content. Nikki asks, is this the $3.99 a month plan? There are different tiers. I think the first one is $3.99. Yes, the $3.99 a month plan is the daily cards, the daily oracle cards. So that's all going to be free, and then it's going to be exclusive again in Gemini season. So before, I was going to school, I was also kind of just, finding myself, rebranding. Now I'm going to continue to rebrand, but my focus is to just flood you all with content and to hit you guys back to where, I originally was when I was putting a lot of stuff out. Now that I have a much better grasp of what I want to do. In fact, there's even more new series I'm going to put out. Guess what's coming back? Daily Asshole Tarot is coming back, motherfuckers. Okay, so you're going to see my asshole come out, and I'm going to be interpreting the tarot. All right, weekly peace reports or weekly astrology horoscopes, I'm going to work on bringing those back. The daily peace reports are coming back. I wanted to be in a good space to get in that good flow. I'm going to be getting up early so that I can grind. Magical moon messages are coming back. Thank you guys so much for your patience with that. I'm gonna be adding new series once again. So on top of the daily asshole tarot, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do need a production team just to kind of, since you mentioned that, what and before daily trigger tarot, it was actually daily asshole tarot. David just didn't, he felt the word asshole would be a bit too strong, which is right, especially on his platform. But we're here now, so I'm bringing back the asshole. Okay, daily asshole tarot. I'm not just gonna trigger. I'm gonna just be an asshole and give the tarot. But other than that, yeah, we are bringing back the World War Zero series. There we go. What I'm also going to be doing is I'm going to be taking all the transits of the month, and we're gonna break those down. So for Mars sextile Venus, expect me to really break down more so updates and transit updates so that I'm here for you. And now I don't have a choice because we're in guild wars. So you need you as a captain and as a host and as a leader, I want to be providing you with real-time updates. Thank you, Paula, for the donation. And let us welcome, of course, the peaceful alchemist to the ascension path. Congratulations. Okay. Once again, I'm just give me a couple of months, or give me like a month or two to kind of get the schedule right. But I'm going in. Okay, you're gonna get this planet is sextiling this planet. Then I'm gonna come back and break it down for each sign. Then we'll even go live on it. Like I really want to add a lot more goodies. So I'm just giving you an idea of what's to come. And I'm going to make sure the frequency and cycle of producing is on point. But one thing I can promise for sure, you are getting 3 week lives a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we going live. So for those of you who missed the transit talks, we going live. I'm also going to be doing reaction videos. So if there are any videos you want me to react to, current events or funny videos, email me at thepeacedealer@gmail.com. Oh, I am laughing because some of y'all about to send some crazy shit for me to react to. I remember Spirit is already saying, you be careful, Peace Dealer. They gonna send you whatever. So send me whatever. I will react to it. I don't even care. I mean, as long as it won't get my channel deleted. Don't send me porn or anything. But yeah, we bring in the transit talks back. I'm gonna once again try and make more new live series because we want to make this more interactive. In fact, once I get this, I'm starting. Shout out to Astro Phoenix, all Joe Biden speeches. If you want me to critique Joe Biden speeches, I will go in on this dude. I'll be like, first of all, this bitch right here doesn't know what he's saying. The moon is in this sign, so it is what it is. You want to see me disrespect this faux president? I will do that out of respect. I'm only disrespecting him out of respect. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to integrate a new streaming platform, and I'm going to be able to do a show where we can have callers. So we can somehow have you join, and we can kind of do those. I can kind of get my Kevin Samuels on and be like, sorry, your chart is average at best. You're not even a 20-degree rising. Go and get you an average man, honey bun. Your Venus is not even 20 degrees. You're average. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you need to work on your Mercury. I'm gonna just copy his whole formula and do it astrology wise. Okay, like that'll be lit. I gotta do. Everyone's doing Kevin Samuels parodies, so I gotta do one. You have a Simps chart. You see this Mars right here? You probably beat your meat every day. Okay, square Pluto. You got some mommy issues. I don't know. No real woman would want. Like I might as well just parody that. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna work on that. But work on your Mercury. Thank you, Jacob Powers. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. More parodies, more skits. I'm really going full throttle. That's the intention for this new moon, and it's in the 11th, so we can do it all together as a team. And yeah, other than that, you know, I just want to continue to thank you. The reason why I'm here right now is because of y'all. So just keep that in mind. Like I love how far we've come, and we've barely gotten started. I don't have 100,000 follower plaque, even though YouTube is shadow banning me. So many people are saying on Instagram, rather, I'm shadow banned. Like you can't type in my name unless you type everything in. He told dude, you're short and you're broke. Pick a struggle. And I appreciate Kevin Samuels too, man, because like he goes equally at the men and the woman, and this is all factual information. I am shadow banned on IG, so you know, shout out to him. Other than that, yeah, it is what it is. We're going to fight through the algorithm tricks that are played. I kind of like that this is happening like so that when we blast through anyway, we can say the odds were against us and, you know, we still here. So other than that, you know, I don't put pornographic information out there. I don't put any hateful information out there. So if I'm being shadow banned, it's because I'm telling the truth. So I count it all joy. Let us welcome Modawi to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. And I just want to kind of take stock. It's been a while since we vibed live together. So I'm just glad to be back. New moon in Aries. All right. Here's the deal with this new moon, y'all. Not even going to sugarcoat this. This is where, relative to 2011, we had Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in Pisces. And so it's not just that we're in Aries season. We're having a new moon in Aries at the end. Yeah, check out Kevin Samuels. He's trending for a reason. Dude is on point. Pisces sun, Libra moon. If you see him dappered up, dressed well, it's that Libra moon, y'all. But other than that, y'all Libras are nice. Pisces, you nice too, but y'all Libras are nice. I don't have Libra. I will go out looking homeless as hell, ashy. You Libras are nice. You know how to dress, okay? And for someone who has no Libra or no swag like that, I be peeping. Like I admire that. I don't mind looking homeless and savage, but it is what it is. Like I really like y'all. I be wanting to know how to tie the tie and wear the shoes. That's why I gotta watch his channel, because he's like, oh, shoes that men need to wear and all that shit. And like, this is a foreign language. Like I didn't even know you're not supposed to say certain things socially, and that's all I do. Yeah, if you only have Aries and Taurus, see, Aries is fashionable. Taurus is fashionable. Don't get it twisted. Aries has a sharp fashion sense. Taurus has a sharp fashion sense. This is the way I use my Aries and Taurus as a bohemian savage. Shout out to the other side of Nathifa. Welcome to the ascension path, my friend. So here's the deal with this Aries new moon. You have established through the Capricorn chapter who's real, who's fake. The dark force is a force that does not give a damn about your free will. The light does. Free will and predeterminism have a very simple dance, but there is an aspect of free will. Certain people with God souls or angel souls don't really have free will as much as others who do, because we're here to assist with the process. But here's the thing. Now the dark forces know who you are. And so they're going to willingly trample over your free will to get at you. This is this year. Agents are being directly sent at you. It's not vibrational anymore. It's physical. It's happening through fake friends who have these conversations. And this is where you have spent 10 years developing your psychic ability. If you get got, you let yourself get got. If you let somebody into your sacred space, your intuition told you 10 times, don't fuck with this dude. Don't fuck with this dude. And so if you fuck with this dude and you get hurt, that's your fault. That's your fault. It's not a game anymore. It's never been a game. It is not a game. But don't worry, you have a guild now. Okay, this is a new moon in Aries that's sextiling Jupiter. Let's talk about that. This is, by the way, it's happening right now. 22 degrees, the killer be killed degree. It's sextiling Jupiter. You're getting a rocket blast, boof, into space with a collective of people you're gang with. And it didn't just happen. This happened since Jupiter was in Aries 2010. And so think of 10 years, 10, 11 years worth of development that's crystallizing before the cycle ends in Pisces. This new moon with Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius is having you start a brand new cycle as your super self. Post self-realization of the apocalypse cycle in Capricorn. In one short year and a few months, you and myself have upgraded quintessentially. It's not about who's woke. It's not about who's not woke. Being spiritual makes you realize that there's spirituality is not about what you do. It's about who you are, and it's about how you connect that with the mundane. So you no longer want to look at people as, oh, this person's woke, this person's not woke. People are souls, and any soul, woke or not, can be possessed, can be used by alien frequencies. Please, I hope you know there are civilizations outside of this world that are more advanced than us, are clowning us, literally making fun of us, literally project frequencies to control people like video games. And if you have that spiritual self-defense, you're not going to get got. You're going to know that those thoughts and your thoughts are not yours because you know yourself. You're going to know what feelings are yourself and not, okay? Because we're at guild wars. Let me tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see over the next cycle, because the cycle is starting now. Think about that, y'all. It's 7 p.m. PST 23. The moon is 22 degrees. The sun is 22 degrees. Shout out to Christopher Witecki. Numerology 4. That's a breakthrough. You're breaking through. And it's about who you with and who you rocking with, okay? Why is this important? In 6 months from now, we're going to complete this cycle. Do you know what you're going to see over the next 6 months? You're going to see thousands, if not millions of people pretend that they're woke. Oh my God, I just woke up and I have all these abilities and I have these experiences and this is why I'm woke down. And you need to go buy my services because this is what I do. Okay. And it's like the only reason why you're woke, honey, is because your favorite influencer became woke and you follow everything your favorite influencer does. And now you do it. You're not woke. Stop. Okay. So you're going to see a whole bunch of people suddenly get it. Okay. Do not fall for this. It is a distraction. You worked your ass off for 10 years to get ready for war. Mars is about to go into Cancer. War. Okay. Don't be surprised if the second Korean World War pops off, because that's going to kick off World War III. We'll see. If it doesn't happen in July, then it's not going to happen. But other than that, not World War III, but other than that, and some people are saying Connor Murphy is a perfect example of that. I don't know. I feel like I don't follow Connor Murphy, but from the little that I've seen him use the profile, he's pushing out good tantric information. I feel like there's an authentic way to do it because you really can just awaken. But the point of what I'm saying here is, I could be wrong. Maybe you see something in him that I don't. But the point I'm making here is you're going to see the collective narrative usher in spirituality. Spirituality is going to fully go in mainstream. But what we do is not spirituality. All these psychic abilities you have, all this calling in on the angels, don't stop calling it spirituality. It's real life. Because what they're going to do is make this box, make it mainstream, and then put everything in this box. You need to remember that every single thing you do that constitutes your life applies to the plumber, applies to the lawyer, applies to the shaman. Okay. It's not spiritual because it has this feel. Be very careful about that, because the dark force will use this to deceive so many people and be like, oh, well, this is spiritual and these are spiritual people. So no. You're a soul first. You're an individual. You're not a label. You're not put in a box. Okay. The advice you give applies to everybody. If that's how truth works. Okay. And factual information. So when I say it's a guild war, I don't mean at the small level. I mean at the collective level, incorporating everybody. And now that Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius, giving you celestial knowledge that has manifested the complete awakening of your power. This new moon cycle at 22 degrees is sparking the realization and actions individually of your super self. By now, you know Jupiter and Aqua, Saturn and Aqua, sextile your sun, who you are. You know who your higher self is. You are starting this cycle off as your super self. You are awakening into it. Jupiter and Scorpio had you release insecurities to transform into it. You're it now. You're going to experience it next year through Pisces. You're going to anchor this 2025, and it's going to be a realization of who you've always been. So you've always been this, but you're fully aware of this now. And why is this important? Now, everything about last year that you unconsciously used your superpowers for. And this is so very important because a lot of people want to joke around like, oh, you guys thought you were going to be woke. Motherfucker, you didn't do any work. No, not spiritual work. You didn't do any work. So please don't expect this to just wake up in you. This is off of a decades long of work. It's a cycle. So a lot of people didn't finish that cycle. And this is where you here right now, 22 degrees, new moon, you're the shit. Everything that you're doing is carrying on a collective of people who also didn't do the work. And we know this is true. The world is a shit show. It is a goddamn shame. Grown men and women have failed a collective test and are letting small groups of elites lie to them because these people are terrified of telling the fucking truth, terrified of being labeled a transphobe, a homophobe, of being labeled a conspiracy theorist, not because they're being hateful towards people. You shouldn't be hateful towards anyone, but because they're telling the fucking truth. And this is not a good sign because this is let these people know that they can basically do whatever. And how is that going to play out? Now you're going to have to deal with collective mandates that as an individual, if you listen to, you're forsaking that part of your soul. And I have to ask you the most important question. This is a new moon in Aries of the warrior, the individual warrior spirit within you. What master do you serve? Because we're in the last days, my friend. I know you've seen them Satan shoes. Nike wasn't having it, but that's still a sneak peek. What master do you serve? Do you serve God or do you serve the world? Period. Do you serve God or do you serve the world? We're not going to argue on whether his name is Jesus, Yeshua, or Krishna or Shiva. We don't have to argue religion. We're going to keep it logical. Truth is the expression and form of what we know as God. Okay. Do you serve God or do you serve the world? Because you can say you serve God, right? And then you're going to get a mandate to do something that goes against your faith in God. Are you going to follow that mandate because you need to take care of your kids and your children, or are you going to stand on the line and put it all on the line to serve God? Let me tell you how gangster Jesus was, okay? A lot of people have a bunch of shit to say about Jesus. Follow my language. Excuse my language. I have my own thoughts about the canonization of the Bible because of who canonized it. So we'll worry about that for later. But allegorically, right? One thing that I respect about Jesus, and by the way, we don't need to argue about what, because God can mean so many different things to so many different people. Do you know who's going to save you if you need to be saved? Do you know who's going to connect you to God? It's not going to be me. It's not going to be anyone who's arguing. Even the Bible will tell you, don't argue people about the truth. It's going to be God who shows himself to you. It's going to be God who shows himself to you through somebody who helps you when you need it most. And it's not going to be that person preaching to you. It's going to be God. The only person that can reveal God to you is God. And that's the only way you'll know. Don't waste your time trying to convince this to people. Lead by example and show people how God works through you. But let me tell you something. The most important thing, okay? Jesus was a goddamn gangster. Excuse my language. Jesus was a gangster, straight up. And let me tell you why he was a gangster. Imagine you live with your parents your whole life. You have a family. You have kids. You have every right to love these people. And then you meet the truth. This dude is the truth. In a world full of lies, the truth shows up and heals you and gives you, spits that word that burns a fire in your heart. I haven't heard this anywhere. Everyone else is lying. This is the truth. Okay. And that person's about to leave and you want to join their team. Okay. And you're like, hey, I'm down. I'm ready to go. But I need to get my affairs in order. I need to tell these people bye. I need to let my family know, hey, I'm going on this mission. Okay. Hey, I need to let my kids, I need to let my children know, hey, your father is going on the mission. Do you know what Jesus said? Now, the Bible was Christianized. So the people who canonized the Bible, they translated it. So in the English culture or the Jewish culture, they translated it because this is a Messiah, right? So we have to make the Messiah sound and look like a good person. But Jesus was a real nigga before anything. So you know what Jesus said? Jesus said, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Get the fuck out of my face. If you're not going to say fuck you to your parents, you're not gang. Goodbye. Jesus didn't be like, oh, yeah. We'll wait for you. Okay. Say goodbye to your family. No, Jesus is like, look, dude, if you don't hate your parents, you're not gang. You can't fuck with me. I'm sorry. Because you're attaching to the world. You can say goodbye telepathically. And it's not about actually hating your parents. It's about saying, if you don't have so much love for this path that you hate even your parents if they get in the way, you're not gang. And so many of us have attachments. How many excuses do we make for God? Yeah, God, I know you showed me this sign. I know you put me on this path, but I gotta finish my schoolwork, or I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I have work in the morning. Could you imagine telling an omnipotent God who can change everything that you have work in the morning? That means your work is more of a God to you than God. This cycle is going to push you because this new moon that we have is squaring Pluto. And every cardinal sign is going to give you a hard character check. Everyone wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. Okay. The reason why I hate these fake woke ass people is that the success that I have in this career is because I had to sacrifice almost everything. You think I didn't want to be one of the cool people? You think I didn't want to fit in? If I wanted 100,000 subscribers now, I can just make list videos. I could talk about current events. Okay. But I put myself out there. I was the weirdo that wasn't afraid to talk about this type of shit. I was the one talking about these theories and lost friends. I lost a lot of income earning opportunities. A lot of employers who wanted to hire me doesn't want to hire the crazy spiritual person. But my love for God and fervency for God put me on a mission. I was like, say less, G. I will sacrifice all of that because this is the truth. Okay. And so these fake woke people who see this avenue for clout and money are very deceptive because some of them actually are psychic and they give you accurate readings. And then you think, oh my gosh, this person's legit because they use psychic abilities that every human being has when it's all about character. Many of you sacrificed a lot. Whether you're a physician, whether you are a shaman, whether you are a lawyer, you maintained ideals in your integrity that may have alienated you for people. Did you think spirit hasn't seen that? Did you think spirit wasn't going to reward that? So, this is so very important, because this, of course, is the nature of the warrior. And that Pluto square is a integrity check. Are you willing to die for who you are? Jesus Christ, Jesus, the Son of God, told the Pharisees before Abraham was, I am. Do you know what they did? They weren't like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow, we're glad you're embracing your spirituality. No, they picked up stones and they threw it at this dude to kill him. Every time Jesus said who he was, he got threatened with death. And some of you are still afraid to express who you are for fear of being ridiculed. You're supposed to push the truth like the apostles went to prison. Paul went to jail pushing the gospel. People pushing the truth, regardless of religion, are killed, thrown in jail, ostracized, canceled. And some of you who have gifts that help people are afraid to share the fact that you are the reincarnation of Archangel Metatron, because you're afraid that people who don't even know themselves will ridicule you. And this is where you need to ask yourself, what is it about your ego that cares so much about validation from people who don't even know or respect you that you're willing to chain yourself? Everything up until this point was to awaken you out of that cage. You do that now, you're dead. You're dead. That's the Pluto square. Like, listen, guys, we have a guild now. This is Guild Wars. You have been specifically prepared. The universe has sent you key people in your life to give you nuggets and gems of information. All of that is coming around as Jupiter goes into Pisces and puts into the interrelated whole everything. What Jupiter did was basically the Piccolo move. All right, the Hell Zone grenade. Everything kind of you went through Leo, you learned about your heart, and went through Virgo, you learned about your reality. It broke down what you need to know. Went through Sagittarius, learned your beliefs. Once this shit goes into Pisces starting in May of next year, everything you've ever learned is going to come and converge. Like, oh, that's why I met that homeless man 5 years ago, because it connects with the dude that I met 7 days ago, which connects with the person I met 6 weeks ago. And it's all like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. So like, this year is you coming into the final knowledge of who you are, but it comes at a price, because tensions are more strong than they've ever been. And while you have been developing yourself as an individual, other people have also been developing whatever bullshit they believe in or themselves as an individual. And the best thing that can happen is for beliefs to clash. Beliefs clashing open up dialogue for two people to learn new things about each other. But not everyone has integrity. And when you clash with someone's beliefs, okay, they use that as a license to cancel you or to get offended. That's a demonic spirit in that individual. And this is going to introduce a lot of you to the wonderful world of exorcisms and impurities within people. And this is all anchored on who you know yourself to be, because once you know who you are, and once you know yourself, you know how to address these. So this is so important. Synchronicities are off the chain. From 2020 to 2021, your ability to harness who you are has exponentially raised. There's not a single person watching this who doesn't know what their abilities are. Many of you who don't know your abilities know your abilities. You just don't believe in yourself. You do it all the time, but it's so big, you feel like you're being arrogant for stepping into it. And you can do that if you want, but this is a new moon warrior cycle. So you're going to be put in places where now you have to act as who you know yourself to be. Everything up until this point, you were awakening into yourself. And so you were unconsciously showing you're not going to be unconscious anymore. You're going to say something, it's going to happen. You're going to know what you did. You're going to see a synchronicity. You're going to know why you're seeing that synchronicity. You're going to walk in the door, be like, oh, I'm about to see this number. In fact, shout out to Miss Kiki. It's so on point. I was looking at a license plate with the master number, and I was like, okay, I need you to guess what number this is. She guessed it instantly. And like, that's not to say she wouldn't do that 3 years ago. But if you notice, your ability to do this is so much more seamless. And that's because these cycles are moving forward. Do you know what the next frontier is? Starting now, because we're at 22 degrees, you're evoking fire. You're levitating, which is important because you already did this. But now with the knowledge of Aquarius, my friend, you know exactly what you're doing. Supernatural phenomena is going to, over the next 2 weeks, shape your entire world, because the Pisces, Jupiter and Saturn Pisces is going to make obsolete everything you've ever experienced. Now that you have knowledge, this new moon cycle sextiling Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius is over the next 6 months, having you activate and understand the knowledge of every higher aspect of yourself. So you're going to know why you feel the way you feel. You're going to know why your body is reacting. You're going to know exactly how to create techniques. Keyword create. Because in an RPG, you usually create a move and then through experience, you strengthen the move. This Gemini season is where you're going to be making new spells. If you think about Harry Potter, they don't just use spells. You can create your own spell. You can create your own ability. You can create your own technique. But how? With the trine to Aquarius, you're going to know what you're doing. You know what you're going to realize? I've been doing this my whole life. And this is going to really bring this forward. But since this is a new moon in Aries, this is going to catapult instantly. Venus is 26, squaring Pluto. You know what that means? Your relationships are going to transform. Rap God season. Your relationships are going to transform uncomfortably. Individuals who you never thought would give a damn about this side of life are going to seek you out. I had a dream about you. People who are about this side of life, you're going to see true colors. Venus, 26 degrees, squaring Pluto, 26 degrees, is unconventionally and uncomfortably transforming the approach towards romance and love that you have. And because it's such a harsh square, once Venus manifests in Taurus, some of you who are single may not be single anymore. Some of you who aren't single may be single. So just be very mindful. The reason for that is a square like this is an integrity check to make sure that the person who you say you are, you have the integrity to. Do you know what that looks like? For example, this new moon in Aries, we're all going to set the intention to envision who we are and to move forward developing that identity. So whereas before you were developing your higher self, now you're making the decision to move forward as this being, period. And you now know who it is. We're walking the talk. But that Pluto square to 26 Cap means, okay, we're going to put you in a situation where you're not just talking. You're going to be out somewhere and you have to respond to that situation like your higher self would, or you'll die. Okay, it's a Pluto square. So like you have to literally use your superpowers to break through the situation. And so if you're trying to do everything the old way, the human way, the unawakened way, this is going to challenge you because you have not yet accepted supernatural phenomena and means. Throw away the science. Biology is bullshit. I know some of y'all don't want to hear this. Chemistry is bullshit, dude. Physics is bullshit. The sum total of all the Platonic sciences you know can suck my dick. It's all bullshit. It's about a third of the knowledge you're being given, and it's materialist reductionism. So the facts are there. If you were to research a biology book and a chemistry book and a physics book, gravity measures at 9.8 meters per second squared. That's factual. But what it means, not the truth. because it's completely not taking into account the spiritual aspect of it pertaining to your spirit. Okay, it's not pertaining the astral realm. It's not pertaining the causal realm. This is what quantum mechanics is barely tapping into. This is why, despite all of the research institutions that have wasted taxpayer dollars corruptly being embezzled while giving the impression that they're moving forward to do what you paid for, they're not really researching shit because they're not starting off on the important foot, which is the acknowledgement of spirit. That's why you are the new scientist. And that's really difficult. That's Saturn square Uranus. It's really difficult to look at centuries. Okay. We had the Enlightened era with Newton. We had the eras before then in France, in Spain, with bright-minded scientists that contributed to what we know, even though they contradicted each other, which is normal because once new information comes out, that's going to change. The whole notion that science updates is a good thing, because that means we're coming to new knowledge. And so you need to now understand that everything you've learned scientifically is not only stupid, it's obsolete. But the reason why it's hard to let that go is because you have PhD holding, masters holding individuals that speak with great vocabulary and put on airs and talk very intelligently in ways that are intimidating, that you forget the sum total of everything that they're telling you about reality is a theory. Say it with me. It's a theory. Do not let someone's theoretical model of the universe trump your physical, unique experience. This is what debate is for. Debate is so that we can flesh this out. But people are too sensitive to debate each other because we think we know. Even though the only way we know is if we all come together and share the little bit of what we know personally. So the reason why I'm harping on that it's a theory is because now we're in a position where collectively consciousness is evolving. It does so every 12 years. Consciousness is evolving. The children being born now have all the clairs. They're super psychic. They can connect with the astral and causal realm, something that we couldn't. So your children are seeing things that we don't have the frequency to see, and they're being diagnosed as crazy when nope, they're fucking psychic. They're gods. Okay, so like this is the new age of the gods. And this is a period that hasn't happened in hundreds of thousands of years before the advent of science. So there'd be really no way to scientifically, find data for it. We're consciously shifting in a way that's going to make obsolete everything you ever known to be true. And so you need to really unlearn everything you're learning. And guess what? That's everything you're going to do. The actions that you take the next 6 months, make sure that they come from the most authentic part of yourself. This is a daily practice. It's going to be very challenging. It's going to be very difficult, but you're straight up a badass. So there's really nothing you have to worry about because you got this. This is a brand new starting now cycle in the personification and identification of yourself as an individual. And I literally pulled this card and what came out? The star. You have the world in your hands. You're going to realize what it is. You're a god. You're going to realize what it is you want to contribute. And when I say that you're a god, I don't mean that you're God the Father, the supreme being. You're a self-aware and awakened being. When you are awakened to your full potential, you're a god. That's what it means to be a god. Man is God asleep. God is man awakened. It doesn't mean that you're some ancient Egyptian pharaoh. We need to stop this whole shit where people think they're ISIS, people think they're No, you're you, which is way better than being an Egyptian deity. You want to be yourself. Trust me. That's why you chose yourself. You didn't choose to be, Mod, or you didn't choose to be Osiris 6629. Like, you're you, my friend. Like, that's the coolest thing you could ever be. And I know there's a certain sense of awakening where we need to latch on to these archetypes, but no. If you really are that, it will show it in your chart. I know real incarnations of Hermes. I know real incarnations of Thoth. I know real incarnations of Isis. It's in the chart. Okay, you're not gonna have to convince anybody. Like, you can see that shit, all right? Or you just have a certain idea. Like the spiritual is proven by the physical, so you'll be able to tell. And this is reflexive for those of you who are afraid to admit who you are. You got stats. You got stats. Don't be afraid to share your stats. Be like, yes, it's in my chart, homie. Like when I say I'm Archangel Michael, I don't just say that. It's in my chart. Like it's there. When Dolo says he's Uriel, he's not just saying that. He's in Antares moon. It's in his chart. Okay, so like really keep that in mind, because now that everyone has self-realized, what Saturn and Jupiter is going to do is going to be the celestial integrated network that, outside of our awareness of time and space, is going through the mental realms, connect everybody. But you know how you can be connected? You have to be yourself and put that light for you to be connected to. If you're not being yourself, if you're not being authentic, how is your soulmate going to find you? He or she is going to look for you, but you're being fugazi. You're not being yourself because and listen, this is the thing. The Pluto square could be you in a 9-to-5 job, having to be yourself, not spiritual self, yourself. And that traditional structure is the test of, are you going to hide this when you're at work and then go home and be your spiritual self? Or are you going to be your spiritual self or yourself all day and transform the environment around you instead of let it change you? That's the square. We're not talking the talk, we're walking the walk. You're going to walk past that homeless person, and are you going to show up as the you who didn't know yourself, or the you who channels and is guided with spirit, with your spirit? And don't feel like you have to have it figured out. You have 6 months. Libra season is when all this is going to trine into Aqua, and we're all socially connecting together because we're the shit and we're amazing. So I just have to harp on this one more time. This is Guild Wars, and y'all are going to be throwing hands. Some of y'all are going to be like, no, I'm not a violent person. You're going to smack someone by the end of this week. I promise you. The energy is going to be squaring Pluto. So the drama is going to erupt. And everything you react and respond to, don't respond. If I call you a loser, you're not a loser. Don't respond to that. You are who you respond to. I heard that from D.L. Hughley. Very wise advice. So keep that in mind, because who you are is what you want to take your time, center in, and respond as, and the universe will reflect accordingly, because this new moon cycle is activating an infusion of fire within you. Yes, you can spiritually smack whoever to actually activate this. Moving forward, starting from now, your clairs are going to skyrocket. Your claircognizance is going to skyrocket. You're going to amaze yourself at the actions that you manifest relative to the guilds and the groups you're connecting with. You have a network here. You are well supported. You are well prepared. We are praying for each and every single one of us as a part of this guild. And what's so very important is that moving forward, you are the most valuable commodity in your life, because you are representative of an expanding, evolving consciousness that technically science has characterized you as fiction. Many of you have clairvoyant dreams. Many of you are psychic as fuck. Many of you know what's going to happen before it happens. You are technically a fictional character because science has not acknowledged your existence. You're officially a water sign. Water signs have never been acknowledged. And some air signs too, as angels. So some of you are realizing you're in a human form, but your spirit is that of an angel. Your spirit is that of a goddess. Your spirit is that of an other being. And you cannot wait for mainstream media to affirm that for you. You must be the pioneer in Taurus to manifest that awareness and share that for other people who also are reflecting that too. You are in the midst of a galactic collective shift that's going to push things forward, because you have DNA knowledge in your own soul that other people don't have. You are a monopoly unto yourself. And if you don't share that, we're not going to get that final piece of the puzzle, which is you. So moving forward, now that the moon is 22 degrees now, you're going to have unexpected breakthroughs in your psychic power. And Pluto is going to be squaring to see what you gonna do with that power. After you watch this broadcast, You're already psychic. This is the new cycle. This is the first new moon cycle. And sextile Jupiter, bloop, bloop, some of y'all gonna be levitating. So are you going to use that to fuck with people's free will? Because a lot of people ain't shit. A lot of people use their normal abilities to do this. What do you think they're going to do with super abilities? So Pluto is going to tempt you. Pluto is going to put you in positions to where you can defend yourself and also have the opportunity to cross someone else's boundaries. And this is an integrity test because all around the world, everybody is awakening. This new moon is a pulse that over the next 6 months is going to take the galactic flow of energy and continue to awaken and evolve people. And so as soon as this broadcast ends, you're going to be seeing the synchronicities and signs you have skyrocket. The deception of people who don't have good motives for you will also skyrocket, but your intuition will also skyrocket. So when you get this elevation of your power, know that the only reason you're doing this is because it's Guild Wars. What's going to happen is you're going to have a tower moment that's going to enlighten you, Shazam, and then you're going to link up with the squad because, you know, as soon as this happens, you're not going to get psychically attacked. This activation that's going to happen is going to make you aware of how you've always been being projected on. We don't have to say attacked, psychically projected, most of which happens unconsciously. So you're not going to just realize, oh, this is happening. You're going to realize, oh, this has always been happening. And over the next 6 months, you're going to use your awakened abilities to change your life, to address this person projecting you. And why is this happening? Because collectively, every single person around the world is going through a firmware update. And what's sparking are unique individual attributes. And whatever your unique power is, this is that new moon. By the full moon in Scorpio, not only have you manifested this signature ability, it's going to be on the principle of infinity, where your signature ability has limitless application, but it's expressed through the uniqueness of you. Some of you have Sun in Leo. You're going to manifest a signature fire element ability, but you're going to now, by 6 months of now, instead of just manifesting that ability, 6 months from now, that same ability you can use to talk to people, you can use to wash your bum, you can use to call people telepathically. It's your practice through Virgo season that's going to prepare you. Because once we get to Libra season, it's Guild Wars. And like that's why we're meeting, because we're going to be fighting, okay, as a guild. And so you have 6 months to develop your superpowers. And during these 6 months, so let's just the last 10 years was awakening your power. Your power is a car in the shop. The past 10 years, you weren't only just awakening this power, you were enabling the ability to harness these abilities effectively in the way that allows for your vessel to now activate. Now, this new moon cycle is your car is out this shop, you're turning that bitch on, vroom, and you're getting ready to drive this. So you need to learn how to drive this car. You need to learn what streets you like to drive through. You need to learn who am I even going to roll with, because not anyone can hop in this whip. And so you're going to have all that squared by 6 months. And so you're like a neophyte who's going to be activating superpowers every single day. And in 6 months from now, you're going to have an internal mastery of how to use your abilities. Then from Libra season to Pisces season is you using these mastered abilities to transform your relationships with everybody. All right. You had a very deep Cancer season of 2021. And during that Cancer season, you broke through in your ability to tap into your auric field. Now you're in Scorpio season. You're taking that ability to tap in very deeply and you're healing other people with it. Okay. So over the next 6 months, you're going, and they go by fast, like Ocean said. over the next 6 months, catalysts in the form of enemy vibrate. Oh, they are going to come for you because some of y'all had the audacity to stand up and speak truth when they tried to peer pressure everyone to gaslight as if it didn't happen. Did you think you weren't put on a notebook somewhere? They are coming for you. You are going to get more attacks in this short year than you've ever had in your entire life. And some of you are already starting to feel this. If you're like, why are people, connecting at me so crazily? Why are people coming? That's because you made the decision to stand and walk in the truth. I'm not even going to say light, because the devil is a light bearer. The truth. The false light agenda is reestablishing itself. And so many people are going to fall for the false light because they're fake. There's not a single real person that's going to fall for that false light. You're going to see through it. But a lot of people are fake as hell. Even people who don't think they're fake. A lot of people who are fake don't think they're fake. They think they're real. Hilarious. They think they're cool. A lot of people who are spiritual think they're spiritual, but they don't have any daily discipline or practice. Spirituality is really about your practice. So the person who lifts weights every day, they go to the gym, they lift weights, and they eat healthy, but they don't believe in tarot cards. They don't believe in astrology. They don't believe in religion. They're an atheist. They don't even believe in God. That person who lifts weights every day, that's their religion. They're spiritual. This person doesn't even believe in spirituality. But that's what spirituality is. What do you do every day? Because your ninth house, religion, is your way of life. That person's way of life is getting fucking swole. And so their religion is the religion of swole-mania, swole life. So people have distorted what spirituality is. Spirituality is not a convenience. Spirituality is not some section of life where people only talk about ghosts and weird, crazy shit. Spirituality is your day-to-day routine. That person that every day religiously works out in the fucking gym, eats healthy, that's their spirituality, swole life. So what do you do every day? Let me know that, and I'll let you know your spirituality. Why is this important? You have so many people who are like, oh, you need to be good. You need to be kind to people. You need to light candles. And every day they may light candles every day, but every day they have a stank attitude to people. They don't let people in their life. They're not genuine to people. Then even though on camera they're doing all the spiritual shit, their spirituality is that they're full of shit. That's their spirituality. So that's what it is. It's the transcendence of your lifestyle, and you're going to form that. You're going to actually define your character over how you're responding to what connects through to you. But I need to let you know, all the psychic attack that you've gone through has prepared you for now, because it's on a whole nother level now, because you have a guild, because now you have a team, and they have a team too. And so people will be team attacking you, but you have a team to clap back with and to draw energy from and with. Spirituality is not a convenience. And so, this is the revolution of the individual. And you want to be very mindful about pitting people against each other, or about being so distracted with ego. You're going to have people fall into false light. You're going to have people give into ego. That's the other part, because you're going to gain a boost now. By the way, 22 degrees is talking about a definitive boost of life force energy that's going to puff up your head, because basically over the next 6 months, everything that was a limitation, confidence issues, talking to that crush, getting the life you dreamed of, you're going to get. But you only know someone's true character when you get what you want. And so the real test isn't getting what you want. The real test is, does the money change up your character? Because some people will get everything they ever wanted and they're going to fucking turn Hollywood. They're going to forget where they came from, and they're going to let this get to their head. And then what's going to happen when the sun comes back around Pluto? Pluto's going to be like, well, you know what, bro? We awakened you, but you're a fucking asshole. You're a complete dickwad. We're going to take everything that you gained because you didn't use it right. That's going to happen to a lot of people. And they're going to wonder, like, why? This is unfair. Like, why? Even though you're oblivious to the fact that you let all this success get to your head. Okay. And I know this sounds familiar to, a lot of you, because this can apply to many people. It'll never happen to me. I got Saturn on my moon. I don't have any opportunity to fuck up because Saturn is all you Saturn suns, Saturn moons. We can't fuck up because Saturn is constantly waiting for us to fuck up. Like, I dare you. I dare you to do. I'll take all this shit from you. So, like, nah, we good. You will see me slipping. But other than that, right? Saturn keeps us humble. All the Capricorn moons, the sun, Saturn is tough on us, but shit, like, we got to keep it real. But other than that, you feel me? You're going to gain a definitive boost over the next 2 weeks. You're going to manifest this power. Okay. The sun is 22 degrees and 8 degrees is going to move 0 Taurus. Oh my God. Then it's going to have the full moon in Scorpio conjunct Uranus. So you're activating the power and then it's going to manifest in your body. And then you're going to be like, I'm going to get a text message. And then you get a text message. It's just some of you are already doing this now. Some of you are like far advanced. So I'm talking to a general audience and everyone's at a different place. But the thing that I need to make sure I'm saying over and over is that collectively, you're going to get an energy boost. And the purpose of that energy boost is to take action authentic to you. What a lot of people are, it's like the universe is going to give you $100,000 or an advanced. You're going to get an advanced. And so you're going to see people take this extra energy and give into all their vices. Even though they've been working for years to let that go, they're going to get this extra energy and they're going to spend that advance on stupid shit like new cars, jewelry, grills, when you're supposed to take that money and invest it back in yourself so that you can break even what you were sent. It's the parable of the talents, baby. So by the time this broadcast ends, you're going to have a supernatural experience that boosts you. That's why it's so hard to put into words. It's a new power. This new moon in Aries is knowledge of a new power. Take every single ability you have ever awakened, and we're going to synthesize that into push forward a new omni version of you. And you're using that to develop over the next 6 months so that you can fight this war with your guild. And during the first 6 months, you're going through personal attacks. Then after Libra season, you're going through attacks as a team. I'm blowing it all on OnlyFans. Yay, let's pay some rent. This is insane, y'all. Some of you are really going to activate firepower. And so the lesson for the next 6 months is, how can I convert this power into a practical means of using in my lifestyle? And it's going to be dramatic because this new moon at 22 degrees is semi-sextile what? Neptune at 21 degrees. Neptune at 21 degrees behind the 22 degree new moon is transcending the function of how you perceive this reality. What does that mean? Harry Potter, the magicians, feature a world within a world. Some of you are going to finally get invited into that world. Some of you are going to open a door and never come back from that door because that door is going to lead you into a magical land in this world. And you're going to get initiated proper. Okay, shout out to the social media detox. Many of you have been feeling this, and you know this is the truth because the synchronicities have been off the chain. Reality is communicating with you stronger than ever because you're awakening more to how it's always been communicating to you. And new moon in Aries is a new power. Venus square Pluto is transforming the nature of your romantic and relationship contacts. You are going to get closer to some people than you've ever gotten, and it's just going to happen. Especially for those of you wondering, how am I going to connect with this individual that I keep on getting signs for, but see, they're going to connect with you. You just need to be yourself. You will literally guide yourselves to each other. But the most important part that I'm going to end this off with, Neptune is behind Aries sun. You will definitively within 2 weeks experience the manifestation of this new power, right? It's going to make, and this new power is going to make obsolete everything you've ever done. If you read tarot cards to divine, you're going to see visions now. Like it's going to evolve everything you've ever done. So the way you do everything is going to be different, which requires sacrificing the old way you do things. Venus is exactly square Pluto. Your love life will never be the same. You're going to be dealing with different types of people, and it's square. So if you're in a relationship you're not supposed to be, that bitch is just going to end. And so if it just ends, it's because it was meant to end. If you just start relationships out of nowhere, that's the Pluto square, okay? And just roll with it because it's going to be messy. Some of you might even deal with people who cheat on their partner to get with you. Roll with it, okay? Be authentic though, because if y'all are sneaky, that's going to be exposed. But be authentic with it. All right. If you need to leave a partner, but don't do it behind no one's back unless they're abusive. And if they're abusive, make sure that partner got hands, because this is going to be super messy. Okay. And then next, we also have the exact 22-degree conjunction, which is going to unexpectedly break you through with the advent of something new. New meaning you haven't experienced it before, but Aquarius is going to align it with knowledge. The best way I can say this is you're Peter Parker, you got bit by the spider, or you're Zatanna and you're about to do your first magic spell. Before, you've had unconscious expressions of this, but now you're stepping into the place where you know how to control it each time. And it's going to bring consistency into Taurus. So in less than 10 days, you're going to activate this power. And then Taurus season is you manifesting your mutant abilities. That's the theme for Taurus season. I want you to pretend you're a mutant. During puberty, mutants manifest their power. You're getting ready to manifest your new mutant power for the first time starting now. And the best thing that you can do for the next 8 days is to really focus on who are you, who have you been, and who are you becoming? You must believe in yourself, because the unique aspect of you that is going to incorporate your own currency and ability to do is manifesting now and will fully complete in 6 months, where relationships take over and draw out more of your abilities. And so be very mindful of unexpected shifts in your relationships where you will be unconventionally getting intimate with people you would have never thought you would connect with in a million years. And you're going to realize, oh shit, we're soulmates. Let's do the damn thing. Or let's start a business together. Or let's be best friends. And it's just going to happen. And you're going to be like, I wasn't ready for this. But the Pluto square to Venus is going to be like, I don't give a damn. What's up? Like, it is what it is. All right. So I hope you enjoy this. What's going to be very weird with the Pluto square is this is going to, in some of your cases, bring relationship dynamics with people who you've always been intimidated to get with, because, and vice versa, because you felt that maybe this person is outside of your league or beyond your league. And this is where you need to step into your super self and be who you know yourself to be and approach it like that. You don't have to have all the answers. You're welcome to make any mistakes. And people do need to fast. Fasting is the greatest advice that I can give anyone. Thank you, Damien, during this, because fasting will tap you into your own natural energies and you're not going to be inundated with other outside energies. So not just food, fasting with diets too, with what food you're eating, with content you're watching on social media, because all those frequencies are going to introduce themselves like never before. So what does this psychic warfare look like? They're intellectual projections. The telepaths have already awakened. They're just a bunch of bitches. So they will never tell you they're like, out of 10 people you meet, 3 of them are master telepaths. 2 of them know remote viewing, and 1 of them can astral project. All these people act like atheists. So you won't know that they're paid by George Soros to spy on you. Crazy example. I'm using that example because on the surface, you would think that's crazy. That would never happen. but it's happening. That is Uranus square Saturn. People are purposefully exploiting the non-normal nature of something to get away with it. So, for example, I can psychologically torment you and do something so extraordinary that no one will believe it. This is what people are doing. They're doing it knowing that people won't believe it. And this is how they get away with it. All they use is rhetoric to speak intelligently, and the blind masses have to believe them because they don't want to go against authority figures that control how much money they can make. You are the revolutionary as an individual going against these influences just by being yourself. The most revolutionary thing you're doing right now is standing in yourself and deciding to actually be your super self. This is pissing off the dark force that wants to put you in a box because you're a nationality, you're a number, when you're really not. You're sovereign. So congratulations. This is a new moon of knowledge of your sovereignty. And to close out, we're going to do a very quick ritual. This ritual is going to be us in your mind's eye right now. I want you to see who you truly are. I want you to feel it. I want you to get a grasp of what the vibration of this energy and part of yourself is. I want you to hold that feeling. And together, while we are on live, I want you to set an intention. No matter how simple it is, no matter how complex, it could be more than one. Now that you're doing it along with other people, this is exponentially charging. And while you do it, I'm going to draw 3 cards for 3 different messages. This card came out. Anyone who's ever wronged you, they're coming into justice. They're getting exposed. Okay. Ooh. Justice card is talking about you deciding and defining the fairness and boundaries with which you operate. But it's something deeper here that has everything to do with your superpowers. What justice is doing is establishing the law around your word. And so you're literally signing a contract with the universe with your decision to be your super self, which is yourself. I hate to say super self because it's you. It's just you're anchoring it now. You're becoming, this is no longer an ideal of who you want to be. You're it more than ever now, like you've always been. And so what justice is going to do, justice card is going to bring to your awareness everyone who has ever wronged you and everyone you have ever wronged so that you can right those wrongs. Okay. The message I'm getting especially is some of you know who've wronged you and to you think it's not that big a deal. They just said this or did this and you're not doing anything. But spirit is like, bitch, it is a big deal. You need to put that person in their place. And some of you are a little timid. Some of you also just don't want confrontation. And so you're letting certain people who disrespect you go away without addressing it. No one's saying you have to fight unless you're an Aries, holler, but you need to address it. Okay. And the justice card is going to show, even through other people, where you have been wronged. Okay. Justice cannot do it if you do not express it. So you need to address this. And some of you are oblivious to this because it happened behind your back. You have to confront it. You're going to see who's been 7 of swords in you, and you just have to confront it. Aries season style. Be like, hey, motherfucker, I heard you were talking shit. Are we going to go outside and scrap, or are we going to talk about this? Let me know. And you can't take any BS for an answer. You don't have to solve the problem. You just need to address it, okay? And let justice do the rest. So the next card we have, interesting. We have the 5 of Cups, and it's looking at the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, this is talking about individuals who, what do we have here? Individuals who may be disappointed that they took you for granted. Whereas you're here sitting stable. So we have the Justice, the 5 of Cups with the Pluto square I just punched my brother in the face, gangster. The 5 of Cups with the Pluto square are disappointments, okay? And the correlation to the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like some of you are the Knight of Pentacles, but if we just go by the 5 of Cups, this Pluto square is going to disappoint some of you because it's going to make you realize lost opportunities. Yeah, I wonder how y'all be changing the font. It's going to make you realize lost opportunities in the sense where, wow, if only I really was myself like this before, or if I listened to my intuition before, cool. But I don't think you're going to be the disappointed one as far as we're going to deal with this interplay of someone being reliable to help someone. So for those of you who feel depressed, you have a reliable mate, but I feel like you guys are going to be a solid shoulder for people who, you know, are going to see that the work you've done has paid off, and they're going to regret not answering the call like you did. And so you may be in a position to at least not do the work for them, but to help them. For some of you, I'm also feeling though that there's going to be disappointments that arise as far as how you should have owned up to your power. And the purpose of this is not to be disappointed. It's for you to just apply it moving forward and to don't sit in that disappointment and move forward. Okay, move on. All right. So next, we have the 2 of Wands and we have the Wheel of Fortune. I knew it. All right. So here's this. This is the Moon in Libra, right? But this is the vibe I get with this. You're going to win the lottery. For some of you, winning the lottery could be hitting the jackpot, seducing that prize catch, or coming into, I don't know, $500 million, or awakening the fullness of your supernatural abilities. Every single person is going to have an evolution moment where you can do something better than you've done. You know who you're going to tell that you won the lottery, that you got this? No one. Boom. That's the third message. Okay. And I'm going to pull one more card. Actually, I'm going to pull a bottom card because that's weird. But that's the most important part. 2 of Swords is saying keep it on the shh, because not everyone right now is your friend. There are people who you may be cool with now that in 2 months you're not going to be cool with. And it's not because they're being deceptive. That in that person's heart, they're your best friend until they disagree with you 2 weeks during the eclipse. There are people who you're fucking with now that you're not going to be fucking with after the eclipse. I hate to break it to you. And that's just because their time in your life is done or whatever. So don't share these plans with anybody. Don't share any good news with anybody. Keep it to yourself. Okay. Only me, right? If you want to share it with me, I'm not going to tell anybody. So we got the Tower card. That's it. So you're going to have a Tower moment. This Pluto square is going to give you a Tower moment. Okay. And here's the thing with this Tower moment. I split the deck and I got the Ace of Swords. The first 2 cards is this energy right here. So it's going to be, so for some of you, it's going to be a relationship or even the relationship with yourself, like Naruto and Kurama, right? But basically the Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. This Tower moment could be a fated relationship that's just going to put both of you together are going to evolve each other's lives. And you need to keep it to yourself. Or this is talking about, you know, unexpected bliss, but what the Tower card moment is, Shazam, baby. You're going to find an old man with a staff who's going to tell you to put your hand on his stick and to say his name. Pause. But like, yes, this is it. That's your Tower moment. And your Tower moment is going to be the lightning strike of an epiphany moving forward from now that will tap you into bliss. Because what this is going to do, once again, right now, you've experienced different expressions of your abilities, but not with the knowledge of what you're doing. You're going to get an epiphany that's like, oh, that's what all this means. And that's what you're moving forward with. So Thank you guys. 743 people live. You guys show up every time. I've given you my plans of what I want to do moving forward. I'm going to do everything I can to really go full throttle and put up more content. And I'm going to spend the next month just brainstorming ideas. I no longer have any discount codes right now for any readings I have, except if you're a return client who or anyone who I've given a special discount code to. But other than that, hit up clearsightconsulting.net if you would like a reading from many or any of our talented practitioners, consultants, healers. We are not limited to just astrology. For those of you who've been wanting tarot card readings, we literally have the best tarot card readers on the site. Hit them up, okay? And holla at me. All right, I still have the cosmic energy tune-up available. So yeah, for those of you who want a reading, make sure you hit the clearsightconsulting.net link. If it's not there, you can definitely check out the website and book you a reading today. But most importantly, make sure that before you book any reading, all right, Nikki, you can email me at thepeacedealer@gmail.com. Thank you. Before you do anything, go within, because you're getting ready to activate the next cycle of supernatural power. Okay, I want you to think from Libra season of 2020 to Aries season of 2021. Now you have been loading screening your abilities, and now you're ready, and it's going to shoot through you, and you're going to transform and awaken the most powerful aspect of yourself so that you can meet with your guild, go to war, come into victory. And the winner of this guild defines how the world is shaped for the younger generation. For any of you who needs to know why we need to fight this war, if we lose this war, that Luciferian agenda is going to be established. And a lot of people think that it's meant to. No. It's meant to be expressed, but it's our decision with whether we let that. And we don't have to micromanage everything. Fighting the war is living genuinely true to yourself. The enemy will do everything it can to distract you over the next 6 months. And 6 months from now, you will have prepared yourself to fight alongside each one of us as a guild. And so make this 6 months count. You're going to be distracted left and right by psychic attacks and projections and telepathic projections to make you doubt yourself. But you know who you are now. And if you don't, you will within the next 2 weeks. That's what this new moon cycle is for. Y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace.